Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited you're here. I have a lot of fun DIYs for fall and for this video for you. Make sure that you guys find me on Instagram, subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends because it really does help my channel grow. I thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I love each and every one of you, so enjoy the DIYs. So here we are at another DIY. So this is just a faux book stack that I picked up, I want to say at Marshall's after the season for $3. So I knew that I could transform this into something different for fall. So yes, right there, $3. $3. It was so exciting. I love Ray Dunn. I'm a Dunn fan. I know a lot of people aren't, but I love it. And so I have this that I paid full price for the 4th of July. But of course, when I went back and I was out and about the other day, I did find it for $3 and I could not resist it. So I picked up 3. So I'm just removing the stickers from the bottom. And then it was just an easy little light sand to get the words off the front. Like super easy. So here I am, and I'm going to use the rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree. So this is an amazing alternative to anybody that doesn't have a Cricut or a Silhouette or any kind of idle cutting machine, actually. And I just had a menagerie of sets. Like, you have to buy multiple sets in order to get this many letters, but I have them in my stash, so I just went ahead and used them, and they have these all the time. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you watch me put them on with my magic. I really like it because it really looks like it's a part of the project, not just a sticker on top. So I actually really enjoy the rub-on transfers, and I can't wait to use my new ones that I've picked up recently for fall because they are gorgeous. They're just getting better and better. Good job, Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you watch me do this part and see the magic happen. So I wanted it to say pumpkins, hayrides, and sweaters because I love the fall. I love the fall. I love pumpkins, I love hayrides, and I definitely love sweaters. So right here, I left this in here because I set it down and it automatically just stuck on. I wasn't able to move it at all. So I just peeled it off, put a little sand down, cut out another W, and put it on. And I don't care that it's rough underneath there, or not like solid white, because this is, again, rustic anyways, so, because normally you can kind of move them a little bit, but this one was real, like, on there. But as long as it's not a super important, like an E or an A, you're good to go. That's why it's really important that when you guys are out shopping, that you get multiple sets, so that way you have extra letters, just in case you have a faux pas, like I did. So pumpkins, hayrides, and then here comes the and. So this burlap. I got it at the 99 cent, like 99 cent and more store. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, I got it last year for fall, and I bought quite a few of them because I love, love, love the texture on these. It is such beautiful burlap. So if you're liking what you see, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I super, super appreciate it. I love doing these crafts, and I love to show you guys different ways to take regular items that you see here and there, and you're thinking like, I don't need that for that holiday, but I could turn it into something totally different. So I just glue it on there. Later on, I go back and staple it down just to give it a little bit more extra security. These are those beautiful faux leather leaves that I picked up at Hobby Lobby for 40% off. I did pick up 2 bags because I love them. They are so cute. So I had a pick that I had from Walmart from last year. I bought it after the season was over, and I just took it apart. It had this little raffia section. It had the green pumpkin right there, and those little beads, and the olives that are down there. So I just picked and choose what I wanted to use off of it. That was just a leftover cotton that I had used from another project. Again, I got the cotton from the Dollar Tree. That little spatula thing is like a, you use it to put on masks. It's in the makeup section of the Dollar Tree. Best thing I bought. Like, it keeps you from burning your fingers. So, if you use a lot of hot glue like I do, you need to get one of those. So this is sped up, and this is like how long I really sit there and hold these things down to make sure they stay. I knew I wanted black and white buffalo check, but that little pumpkin was not gonna work. It was not part of the plan. So I'm going to use the cotton and the raffia and the leather. Again, I love textures. If we haven't figured it out by now, I'm a texture girl. So I'm just going to hold that on there until the glue dries, because it definitely needs a little bit of extra leaven to hold it on there. See, me, I'm determined to put that on there. And then I was thinking that I was going to use that, but then I didn't like it. So this is the fun part. This is where you get creative and you determine what it is that you want it to look like. That's the best thing about crafting, guys, is it's not permanent. It's not serious. It's just letting your personal creativity flow so that you can create wonderful decor for your home, give it away as gifts, sell it, make money. There's so many things you could do with this. So this is black and white buffalo check wired ribbon that I picked up from the Dollar Tree in the fall section just the other day. So it's out there, it's available, run and go get you some. So I cut it into 4 equal lengths, and then I'm just going to use that smaller one to tie it all together. So I saw this on Facebook. It was like in my videos, and I cannot remember who I saw showing this bow. If you happen to know who it is, please comment below and give them credit where credit is due, because this is not my idea. And the way that she did it, I was so excited to see that I can actually create a bow that's cute. So you just fold them in half and then pinch them in the middle and then put them like that. And then that 4th piece is the little tails that go on the bottom. Then you take twine or another piece of ribbon or anything like that and tie it all together and then fluff. So you can see there where like I pulled it out too far. So I actually went back after this, took it apart, and I actually glued the ends together, and that solved my problem with that. And it's a cute little bow. I just think it's adorable. So here's my pumpkin stack, my book stack all ready to go with its embellishments on it. And I know that I wanted to add just that bow right there, right behind there, that black and white. I just wanted it there. So this is my handy dandy stapler, and I staple this down because it will stay on so much better than just using hot glue. And then I just fluff it up to the way that I like it, and it's all ready to go to pop into your fall decor. Tell me what you think of this, because I think it came out adorable. So this next DIY is super simple. I was so excited to share this with you. So this floral, the first two that I showed you, I got from the Hobby Lobby, and the pumpkins and the cotton came from the Dollar Tree. And the fall picks are 40% off right now. So, and then this willow wreath is $5 all day long, every day. So, I want to say in total, I think I paid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to say this is a $10 wreath. And it is so simple and so beautiful, and I love it. So here we are again. We're going to play with placement. And the best thing about these willow wreaths is you don't have to glue nothing. You don't have to tie nothing. You could use like floral wire in there if you were worried, like if you live somewhere where it's super windy. But my front door is covered, so I'm not worried about anything happening to my wreath. And let me tell you, every time I walk up to my front door, I'm in love. I'm like, oh, I made that. I'm so excited. I tell you, there's nothing like seeing the stuff that you make, and it just brings you such joy. Because, ladies, my joy is non-negotiable. I only do things that bring me joy. And so I love to share those things with you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. I appreciate every single comment that you guys put, because without those comments, I don't know that you're watching it, and I feel sad and lonely. But I love doing this, and I'm going to just keep trucking on. So I'm just going to keep placing these things here and there. I wanted them to branch out from the bottom, no pun intended. And then I'm just going to take the cotton out of the bag. I love the contrast of those leaves, the white and the very muted orange and red color that are on those little berry picks. And then the cotton is wonderful because, I mean, Dollar Tree hit it out of the park this year with their cotton. This is the best one so far. And each individual pod moves. It's on like a floral wire, so it moves. And so I'm able to maneuver those every which way to make them go how I want it to go. So as you see, it's super simple. So far we have 3 picks on each side. We're going to put the 4th and final pick in there, and it's these gorgeous velvet pumpkins. Oh my gosh. I was so excited when they came out with these. I'm pretty sure they had them last year. They might not have had them last year. I'm not sure. But I know that I didn't have any of these. So I am just super excited about these. They're gorgeous. Gorgeous for $1. I love how it just branches out on both sides. Oh, so cute. Those stickers from the Hobby Lobby drive me psycho because I can't get them off all the time. But subscribe. Thank you guys. So I'm going to put that out of the way for a minute, and we're going to go to this buffalo check wired ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree. It is in the fall section, and they do come out with one for Halloween that I had last year. So I pick it up every time I see it because the buffalo check is my jam. So I use black and white buffalo check in the fall, and I use red and black buffalo check in the Christmas time. So I'm not a bow professional, but let me show you how easy this is. So I just took it, I wrapped it over like 6 times, folded it in half, and then I cut a little slit on each side. So I'm not the inventor of this. I've seen several YouTubers do it. If you want to learn how to make a like fantastic bow, head on over to Olivia's Romantic Home. Olivia is like the guru of bows. So, but this is easy. If I can do this bow, you can do this bow. So I just cut a piece for the tail. I take a zip tie and I stick it in those slits, and then I pull it tight. Clip off the back, and now it's just a fluffing. So we're gonna fluff this bow until I like it, till it's the way that I like it. And you're just gonna pull out each one of those little layers, like one from the top, one from the bottom, one from the top, one from the bottom, until you get it all. I love the little slits because it makes it so you can twist and turn each bow, each loop as you're pulling them apart. So I slowed this down so you could see it, how I'm pulling them apart. So cute. I love black and white buffalo check. Put a bow emoji down below if you love black and white buffalo check like I do. You could do, so if this is not your jam, you can definitely pick any ribbon. I recommend wired ribbon for this because it would be really hard to do this with non-wired ribbon. But yeah, it's super cute. So I'm just going to let you watch me mess with this. Okay, so here is our beautiful wreath. Isn't it so cute? I love the color contrast. Oh, it's just perfect. So to stick the bow onto the wreath, I'm just going to use another zip tie. Zip ties are my best friend. So I'm just going to run it through the back of the zip tie that is already there. If I would have remembered that I was going to do that, I would have stick it in there before I tied it super tight, but you get it. So you can learn from my mistakes because it took me a hot minute to get in there. And I'm just going to push it through. I know it's totally out of screen with me doing this, but you get the point. You stick it through the willow and then you tie it tight and then you clip off the excess. So I hope you love this wreath as much as I do. Let me know if you like simple wreaths, if you like over-the-top wreaths, if you like willow wreaths, if you like those big mesh ones. And let me know if you want to see me make more wreaths. I actually enjoy doing it. It's very therapeutic to me. It brings me a lot of joy and happiness. And I have several places in my house where I put wreaths. And I like to have different ones every season. So let me know. Tell me how you like your wreath and if you want to see me make more. Thank you so much for watching this video with me. I hope you love this as much as I do. Okay, so this is a super cute little quick and easy DIY. So these little cubies I got at the Dollar Tree. They're $1 a piece, obviously. And this is the famous calendar that everybody wants. I was finally able to get some. So I am just going to use the back page, actually. Use the back page, and I'm going to cut out the couple little pictures that I really like that are fallish. And so I'm just going to use my Antique Waverly Wax, and I'm going to stain each block all the way around, at all the sides. So I just go around and I stain it, and then I wipe off the excess stain. The top and the bottom took a little bit more work to get the stain in there because that's like where they cut it off. So I had to really like dig it in there, but I eventually got it all on there. And I'm going to do that to 3 of these blocks. So this is cashew, surprise, surprise, and my little squatty brush. And I'm just going to dry brush over the blah, 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 the antique wax, just to give it a little bit more zhuzh to it, because, you know, I can't just leave it plain. And I'm going to do that again to all 3 blocks. So I decided to cut out some more because I was only going to do 1 little picture on each side, but then I decided to do 2 on each side so I could turn it. And you can actually do all 4 sides, and you could use all of the little squares from the back of these calendars and for every season, which is a lot of fun because you can use this same little setup, stick it on your tiered tray, pop it here and there in your decor, just a little added extra pop. But I just did fall for now. I probably will actually add Christmas and do the opposite side for the next season that is coming up. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you're liking what I'm doing. It really, really helps my channel to grow. Subscribe, comment, and share with your friends. So here's my trusty glue stick. So you're going to be like, oh my goodness, that's a whole lot of glue. But I really wanted these to stick on there. So I'm going to use this super cute little truck one and my handy dandy squeegee to help push it down on there. And I'm going to go, so I had to check and make sure that I was putting them on the same side because, you know, these are Dollar Tree blocks. They're not 100% perfect. So I wanted to make sure that they were the same, you know, that they were going to, so when I stack them on top of each other, they were going to sit right. I love this little simple farmhouse one. I thought it was so cute. It's really good. You know, just an everyday one. Like I could have this on my tiered tray every day. It doesn't have to be a holiday. So you can make these holiday related. You can make them every day. Every time I go to the Dollar Tree and I see these little blocks, I literally pick them up. I have this weird thing about buying 3 at a time. So I buy 3 every time I see them because I'm like, oh, okay, well, someday I'm going to come up with something really cute or I'm going to need them for something, especially with Christmas around the corner. I have already several ideas in my head of what I'm going to do with them. So I just thought that it was cute to use this, you know, waste not, want not, use the whole calendar because I'm going to, you know, will frame some of the pictures in there. I wanted to use the back as well. And I had several different options to use this. So I'm just going to do double-sided. So front and back, I didn't do any more than that, but I'm just going to add these on there, like I said, with the glue stick and my little handy dandy squeegee. And I think these came out super cute. So it doesn't just look like a piece of paper glued onto a block. I decided to sand down the edges a little bit. It really makes it look like it's a part of the block rather than just sitting on it. You can omit this step. You can dry brush something over the top of this. I just think it was super cute. I absolutely love these, and I hope you love them too. So this next DIY is awesome, and I promise you that the entire video is not going to be out of focus. I don't know. Well, I finally figured out it was a button I had pressed on my camera that I didn't realize I had pressed it when I must have taken it down, and it was on manual focus, so that's what happened. So anyways, I am making a pillow here. So this is drop cloth. I'd picked this up from, I think, the Home Depot for like 15 bucks. It's a big one, and I've used it over and over and over and over again. So I'm making an 18 by 18 pillow, and so I marked my size that I needed, and then of course I went a little bit, I added an inch on each side, so I made it 19 by 19, and then when I cut it with the scissors, I went a little bit over so I could give room for my kindergarten kid cutting skills, because they're not so bueno. So I'm just going to take my cutting mat, and I'm going to draw a straight line from where I had originally put the mark at, so that I could attempt to make this straight. So you're going to see it's straight, it's not straight, I don't know. Anyways, it's my pillow. It looks awesome. I love it. So I just went and I did that to both sides, and then I did take this and use my heat press tool to iron out some of the wrinkles. The cloth is not my forte either. Like, I'm not an ironer, I use a dryer. So it is what it is. So anyway, so we have, now it's down to 18 by 18 or 19 by 19, because I still needed the inch all the way around for the seam. And this is the only heat tool that I have. It's the little mini press by Cricut, because I have a Cricut Joy, and so that is a small mat. So that's as big as it is right there. And I'm using heat transfer vinyl. So you can see on the screen of my iPad that I have that little pumpkin on there. I got that from Whiskey and Whit. I love her, and I love her designs, and she's always making free printables and cut files, and she is just amazing. So I'll make sure to link her channel down below, so you can go ahead and check out what she did with hers. So I'm just going to use my heat transfer vinyl, and I'm going to put it through my machine, and I'm going to cut out some pumpkins. So this one I had already cut out, and I'm going to go ahead and weed it. It's pretty easy. The heat transfer vinyl is actually easier to weed than the sticky stuff, the regular vinyl. It's just a little harder to pull off because it's backwards. So the sticky side is upside down. I don't know how to explain it to you. You have to see it to understand. So I'm just going to weed out this pumpkin. I'll let you watch me do it, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, so I'm going to use the drop cloth as the base of the pillow, and then this fabulous black and white buffalo check as kind of like the accent piece on the top. So I'm just going to go ahead, and you just have to literally, like with this kind of fabric, you just cut it, you know, like a ½ inch with scissors, and you just rip it on down, because I like that more, you know, rustic look. So I'm not going for perfection here. It does rip in a perfect straight line. I like the little bit of tattering that happens on the end when you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And so it's cut and ready to go on there. So I'm just going to warm it up, because you do have to use your heat tool to warm up the area before you put the transfer on. Now, I'm not a professional vinyl person or transfer person. I just kind of have literally figured it out along the way. But if I could figure it out, you could figure it out, because it's really, once you figure it out, it's so awesome. So I'm just using some wax paper. I know a lot of people use parchment paper, but I didn't have any, so this is what I had. And I'm making that between a barrier and my little iron, because essentially the heat press is just a little iron. So I just go ahead and go on there, and then I peel it back, and it is stuck on. How cute is that? I love it. Okay, so here's where Amanda got the clue. The rest of the video is now in focus. Thank you for sticking by this part. To this part where it's in focus, because I'm telling you, you're gonna love this pillow, because I think it is so cute in my little front entryway where I stick my purse when I walk in the door. So I'm just using hot glue, guys. It's nothing fancy. It's not fabric hot glue, just regular hot glue. It's gonna be in the house. I'm not worried about heat. And I'm going around 3.5 sides, because I need to be able to flip it, and I need to be able to put stuffing. So this is me just flipping it inside out so that the hem is, you know, the ugly part is on the inside. And so you can just mess with that until you get it exactly the way that you like it. So on goes the buffalo check with my pumpkin on there. And then originally I had ideas to have 3 pumpkins on here. And I meant to put the solid one in the center, but I was willy-nilly with myself that day and I didn't. So you're gonna see 2 clear and then a solid. And then I looked at it, I was like, that is perfect. So my husband and I are almost empty nesters. We have 1 kid still at home. He is 10. So I just figured the first 2 pumpkins were me and my husband, and then the 3rd pumpkin is my Phoenix, because he fills my soul. So it actually works out pretty good for me. But I just weeded differently on each one of these to make that happen. If you like them all the solid white, you could have done it that way. If you like them all with just the outline, you could have done it that way. But I think it turned out really cute. So this is a trick I learned many years ago. So you lay your stuff down where you want it to go, and then you pull over one side, and then put it down where you want to go, and then you do the rest of it. Because, believe me, I've tried every which way to get these on where I want them to go, and that's just the best way. Because I know that one side is where it's supposed to be, and then when I just pull over the other side, everything will be a-okay. Just don't burn yourself with the hot glue, because, you know, you got hot glue all around all the corners. So I had to just kind of grab the corners and flip it over. See, it's so cute. I love it. So this right here is like leather repair. It's like a roll of leather for like repairing your, you know, any leather like sofa or whatever. I did pick it up off of Amazon, and I wanted to add something a little extra to my pillow, because lots and lots of people make pillows. I mean, I am not the creator of pillows. Pillows have been made since the beginning of time. But I do like to make my own pillows, because, you know what, honestly, pillows are really expensive, like obscenely expensive sometimes. So I had seen plenty of pillows when I've been out and about, and they have the leather accent to it, because like I told you guys before, My theme in my house is boho chic farmhouse. So I have farmhouse, I have boho chic. So boho is that all the bright colors, but boho chic is the textures and the muted colors, but with a lot of patterns and stuff. So I do like to interject leather a lot into it. It just kind of gives it a different look. So this strip is actually sticky, so I was able just to peel off the back and then put it down. But then I do go back and I add a little hot glue to help it out because I want to make sure that it's going to stay on long term. So now this is boho chic. We've officially made this boho chic. I think it's super cute, but you can leave this part out if you don't like it. You can add a different kind of texture if you want to add something else. I think burlap would be cute, like a little, like strips of burlap on there. Anything like that would be super cute. So this is just polyfill that I picked up from Walmart, and I had like 3/4 of a bag, but it wasn't enough. So luckily enough, I have a hoard of pillows, and so I just cut open another pillow that I wasn't using anymore, and I've used the rest of that for stuffing. I've seen a couple YouTubers use the like $2 pillows from Walmart, like the bed pillows from Walmart, and that's just super good. That's a great idea. So you can use anything you want to stuff this. You can even use like an insert. So if you had an 18 by 18 insert, you could have slid that in there and use that instead of stuffing. So I just pull it out and fluff it, pull it out and fluff it, and then I mess with it until I like the way that the fluffiness has happened. And then all that's left to do right there is just to hot glue the space that you left open for the filling. And it is a sealed pillow. So this is just leather cord that I picked up from Amazon. I'm just going to tie a simple little bow like you're tying your shoes. And I thought it would be cute to add the bow to the middle because, like I said, I love textures and contrast and all that stuff, and I thought it went perfect with the stripes. Plus, I was saying that the first pumpkin is my husband, the second one is me, and the third one is Phoenix. So I had to put a little bow on mine. So you could totally leave it like this, or you could be super extra like I am and add something else. Now, I wish I would have had those wooden beads. Not wooden beads, wooden buttons. Wooden buttons. Wooden buttons. That would have been really cute right here, but what I had was half beads, so that's what I used. Again, adding another element of texture. And you'll see in the end shot where it sits that it's so perfect for that because it's really like the bench it's sitting on is boho. I caught my purse in the picture because you could see like that's my style. So you just see how it all goes together. So like I said, you can do this part, not do this part. I just thought it gave it like a little bit more, just a little bit more because I'm extra like that. So I hope you love this pillow as much as I do. So here she is in all her glory. This is a bench that's right by my front door where I sit to put my shoes on, throw my purse on, it's like the catch-all bench. And yes, I do have Believe in Magic up because I do believe that I'm trying to squeeze Halloween in my house already. My husband said nothing about the Believe in Magic pillow, but there it is. I hope you love it. It's super cute, and if you recreate this, I would love to have you tag me on Instagram at Life and DIY with Amanda, dots in between each words. Let me know what you think. Hey there, so we're gonna make a cute little fresh pumpkin sign. I am so sorry. I did never realize why I was recording this, that it is completely out of focus. The whole video is out of focus. So if that is going to drive you crazy, like it drove me crazy while I was editing this, go ahead and fast forward to the next video. But the sign is so cute, I couldn't resist it just to leave it in here. So originally I was going to try to take these off, and then they weren't going to come off super easy, so I decided to just sand off the glitter and go ahead and paint them on the sign. So I'm going to paint the bottom part black to cover up those the pre-existing decorations on there. You're going to see that I changed this multiple times. I left the whole process in here just because you can see that the creative process is always not as smooth as you would like it to be, but the end result is absolutely my favorite part. So I'm going to do black all the way on the picket and also on all the signs, and I go around all the edges because you will be able to see that in wherever you put it. So I'm going to go ahead and add some cashew to this. That is my new favorite color for the fall. I love it because it's creamy and but not too yellow, because I feel like sometimes some paints are creamy but yellow. So I really love the cashew because it doesn't have a lot of yellow in it. And I'm going to go over the black. So I use the black as a base basically to cover up the colors that were existing on each little sign. So as you can see here, when I painted over with the white, that Friends was raised. And even though I sanded and sanded and sanded it, it still stayed raised. So you're going to see what I do to rectify that problem. But I'm going to use my drying tool. So this is black Waverly chalk paint. I thought I was using my antique wax, so you'll see me switch them out. And I was just adding some dry brushing to it just to give it a little bit more texture and design. And then I was like, well, I'm going to go all the way over and give it, because if you do the antique wax over a white or light color, it does give you that more wood grain look. So that's what I was trying to achieve here. And as you can see, it's just a process. I'm going to go over and over and over again until I finally find it the way that I like it. And then I'm going to cover it up with scrapbook paper. So it is what it is. That's the fun part. But the sign is so cute. I know the fact that it's not in focus is super irritating. I'm so sorry. But I couldn't resist the sign. It's so cute, and I already have it set up. You'll see it at the end shot of how cute I have it set up in an old milk crate basket with all kinds of pumpkins in it, and I just love it. So tell me, have you started decorating for fall? I did. Finally, the other day I broke down and was like, I'm ready. I live in California. California is currently on fire, so our skies are gray and it's not so pleasant outside, so I thought that I would bring some pleasantry to the inside of my house by putting up my fall, because fall makes me so happy. It is my favorite season of the year. So I'm just going to put this scrapbook paper on here, and then I just use a sanding piece of like sandpaper just to kind of file off the edges. And I did cut it down with my scissors, and I use a glue stick. I feel that the glue stick is the best. It works the best for me, and even long term it stays on really well. So glue stick for the win. Could Mod Podge sometimes I have issues with a lot more bubbles and stuff like that, so I love a glue stick. So I'm going to go ahead and put scrapbook paper on all of these little planks here, because I wasn't getting the look that I wanted for, I was looking for, and so scrapbook paper for the win. So this scrapbook paper, I did get it at Hobby Lobby, and I did buy a bunch of it when it was still 4 for $1. It's not that price anymore unless you catch it on sale, but Michael's and Joann's, and you can get scrapbook paper pretty much at any craft store. You can order it online on Amazon, and this is just the white shiplap scrapbook paper. I love my little tool with the squeegee on the end. It's like a felt squeegee bottom, and it helps to get out all the the bumbles in there. The bumbles. The bubbles. So this is just a pumpkin that I had stained and dry brushed with a little bit of orange. And I put a little bow on it, and I just put it on the top there. These little pumpkins came from the Target Bullseye Spot last year. And it's like I had bought them, didn't use them, put them in my stash. And when I found them this year, I was so excited. I was like, yes, I can't wait to do it. So I have, I just wanted to layer them. I thought it would be cute to have a couple layers of pumpkins on there. So we have the brown with the orange, the solid orange, and then just the natural colored wood. So these stickers are from the Dollar Tree. This is a great alternative if you don't have a Cricut. I love these stickers. I've used them a ton of times on many different projects. You'll see me put them down, realize they're too close. And that's the nice thing about them, is that they didn't, and even on paper, like they didn't stick right away to where I could still move them around. So that's why I really like them. Because if I would have used vinyl and I would have tried to remove it off the paper, it would have been bad. So as you see, my farm is not going to quite fit on there. So I go ahead and pull the pumpkin off and then put the M down and then move the pumpkin over just a slight little bit. So as you guessed it, this is going to say Farm Fresh Pumpkins. The pumpkins was it was a little tight on that bottom one. I wish I would have had the lowercase stickers, but I didn't. So I was using what I had. So I made up my own little way of how to fit the pumpkins on there, and I thought it came out super cute. I love it. See, so I just put one letter down, one letter up, one letter up, one letter down. This is just a Jenga block that I painted black, and I wanted to use it to raise this pumpkin off. So the pumpkin that's going to go on the base, it says 50 cents a pound, which you can't see because my video is out of focus. But I just kind of put it on there a little willy-nilly just because I wanted it to not be perfectly straight because, you know, the whole sign isn't straight. Then this garland I did pick up from the Dollar Tree. I got mine last year, but I did see it in store this year. And I just wanted to add a little bit extra pop of color on there. So and I love it because it's wired. So it just curls around. I didn't have to use any glue to do it. And then I took a little piece to make a little swirly on the top of the pumpkin. And that is it. It was super easy peasy. I hope you love this sign as much as I do. And you'll get to see a way better shot of this at the end shot. I appreciate you for being here. If you went all the way through, if you watched this part all the way through, go ahead and drop a pumpkin emoji down below so I know that you braved out the horrible focus job that I did here. Thank you guys so much. And then, of course, the last thing I did was I put Mod Podge over my letters because I did want it to stay. And I thought that I might put this outside, so I wanted to make sure that even though my porch is covered, that still it could handle like moisture in the air and stuff like that. So just a coat of Mod Podge over the letters to help them stay and to put a nice coat over the paper. And that's it. I hope you love it as much as I do.